Welcome back to Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and on this quick episode, we're going to talk about a few things. Some quick hitters that leading up to the basically a playoff game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday at 1 o'clock, and Lamar Jackson still being one of the most disrespected quarterbacks in the NFL. Even though he's not having the greatest of season, the team is not having the greatest of season, the disrespect that comes with being Lamar Jackson is absolutely, totally ludicrous. But let's get into these quick hits first. And so I got these basically from the Ravens, and there was a bunch of good information I saw on there, and I wanted to share it for those who hadn't seen it. So the first thing that's on this sheet, it talks about Travis Jones. And y'all know how much I love Travis Jones, a.k.a. Big Za. And it says, nose tackle Travis Jones is one of the 7 players, the only interior lineman, to record more than a sack, multiple TFLs, and a pass deflected, and at least one forced fumble since week 8. That's Travis's stat sheet stuff and from the IDL position, which you don't get that a lot of. A lot of people still sleep on Travis, but I've seen the potential way back when, and it's coming to the forefront now. It says 2 players with more than 1 sack, 2 TFLs, and pass defended, and at least 1 forced fumble since week 8 in 2025. Travis Jones, Will Anderson, who's amazing with the Texans, Brian Burns, who's amazing with the Giants, Danielle Hunter with the Texans as well, Montez Sweat with the Bears, Dallas Turner with the Vikings, and TJ Watt. So you have 2 defensive ends from 2 different teams on this list. The Texans defensive ends and the Vikings Dallas Turner. So basically, this is a stat that really only your edge guys are dominating, because everybody on this list is an edge guy with the exception of Travis. So put that into perspective, the job that Travis is doing inside the framework of the Baltimore Ravens defense. It also says, additionally, they mentioned his running mate, Jones and John Jenkins, each ranked number 1 and number 2 among interior defensive linemen in rush EPA since week 8. So a lot of people didn't like the fact that we signed John Jenkins way back when, and I felt like it was a good signing because he played a bunch of snaps for the Raiders, and he wouldn't have to play that many snaps here in Baltimore. Well, obviously, unfortunately, what happened with Matt BK, and John has stepped in, and I ain't saying he's doing what Matt BK can do, but John is doing an admirable job, in my opinion. So great signing that happened, even though he's in a bigger role than we expect him to be. He's getting the job done up front. Everybody else just needs to bring their game as well. And in that ranking, John is number 1, Travis is number 2. Tyleik Williams from Detroit is number 3. The next person they mentioned, Chidobe Awuzie. And we all know, watching film, watching Chalk Talk with me and Chris and Mike, and just watching other different avenues, Awuzie has been playing some good football here lately. And it says since week 9, Awuzie has recorded 6 passes defended, which is tied for 2nd most in the NFL. Over that span, Awuzie has also allowed a completion percentage of just 40.9% when targeted, the NFL's 2nd best rating among QBs. So the first person in that list is Quinyon Mitchell from the Philadelphia Eagles, and Awuzie is 2nd. And you can just watch the film and you can see how well Awuzie has been doing. He don't really panic when a lot of DBs panic. He plays the eyes, he plays the hands, he don't give up catches, he make you play to the ground. And Awuzie has been a great pickup as well. All right, the next person on this list is Zay Flowers. And Zay, for a bunch of people, recorded a negative fantasy score, which, fantasy football, a lot of us care about it, but in the real scheme of things, it don't matter. But it says Flowers ranks among the top 15 NFL receivers in receiving yards, 767, heading in week 14. He ranks number 1 in average yards of separation versus man coverage this season, a minimum of 50 attempts. So on that list, Zay is number 1 with 3.7 yards of separation. Number 2, Xavier Worthy with 3.2. And then number 3, Khalil Shakir for Buffalo, 3.1. Now, what do all 3 of those guys have in common? Small, shifty guys. Small, slot receivers that can get in and out of breaks real quick. And when you try to jam them, if you miss the jam, they make you pay. All 3 of them. So we need to get back to that with Zay. He should never record, and he recorded the negative number because of the fumble, but he should never have a statistical game like he had last time, especially if a team is going to load up the box, try to stop the run, and blitz Lamar. He needs to eat. And just however you eat, just eat. He just needs to do it. All right, and this last one is Aloha Gilman. Since the acquisition in week 6, he has made consistent contributions to the Ravens defense. Over that span, Baltimore's defense has ranked top 5 in the league in a number of categories. First in yards allowed. First in offensive TDs allowed. First in red zone percentage. First in pass TDs allowed. And first in passer rating. Third in third down percentage. Third in points per game allowed. Tied for 5th in fourth down percentage. And tied for 5th in takeaways. All of this has transpired, or these are the numbers since we acquired Aloha Gilman and moved Kyle Hamilton closer to the box. So have we won all those games? No, but the defense has been definitely a lot better than what we saw earlier in the season. Now let's get to the Lamar disrespect. Let me get my stuff right here so I can tell you properly. All right, so on NFL.com, I was looking this morning, and I wasn't even looking for this. I just came around it. And it says NFL quarterback rankings. And I didn't know they did this from week to week until this morning. It says Lamar Jackson falls out of the top 20. And that's what made me click it and open it up. So I'm going to tell you, and I may even put it on here in post, the tier list and see where they have Lamar, which to me, if you haven't seen this, is ludicrous. It's as a 9, as a 10, as a 11. It's preposterous. It's blasphemous. So tier 1. And I don't disagree with any of these guys that's in tier 1. Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen. Not a bad list. You know, them guys are doing their thing. Also in tier 1, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. Now, we could debate what Pat and Justin are doing right now to be in tier 1, but for the sake of this video, it's about Lamar. Let's not go into Patrick and Justin. But those are your tier 1 quarterbacks. Tier 2. Which, with the way Lamar is playing, this is where I expected to see Lamar. And tier 2 quarterbacks are Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold. Those are your tier 2 quarterbacks. Tier 3, okay, Lamar ain't in tier 2. He ain't having the greatest of season. For sure in tier 3. Let's see the quarterbacks in tier 3. Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart, Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, yeah, the silence should be deafening because it's bull. It's bull. So let's get into the tier 4. So now where the heck is Lamar? And keep in mind, the number I'm giving you is the list that they have them ranked. So I've started with number 1. We're at tier 4. We're on number 20. Number 20, Lamar Jackson? Nope. Jacoby Brissett. Number 21, Lamar Jackson? Nope. Kirk Cousins. Number 22, Lamar Jackson? Nope. Marcus Mariota. All the way down at 23, Lamar Demetrius Jackson. There's nothing that this guy can do to escape the disrespect from all fronts, whether it be opposing teams, media, hell, sometimes us. And I say us because I criticize them sometimes too. Sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not. But this is ridiculous for Lamar to be all the way down at number 23. And according to the list, he dropped 6 spots from last week. So you telling me Marcus Mariota is better than Lamar? Kirk Cousins, better than Lamar? Jacoby Brissett, better than Lamar? And I mean, to this day, at the time I'm recording this, on 12-5. Bo Nix is better than Lamar. Joe Burrow, he don't have the numbers, but, he do his thing from time to time. Jackson Dart, get up out of here. Get out of here. But I just wanted to share that with y'all today, man. Obviously, I'm coming to you on my little quick lunch break, and luckily we didn't have an announcement to break up this video. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'll get the preview video out to you soon. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your happy hour whenever you get there. By the time you see it, I'll probably already be at happy hour. Peace and love, y'all. Enjoy your weekend.